Fairy Tale Anime 157. This is going to be a short review. It was a setup chapter, but hey, it's a comedy, so what does it matter? It was still a lot of fun. As a matter of fact, the whole thing about the whole atmosphere of this was kind of like it was the costumes and the music, the cheerleaders, the whole over the top thing. It was like some kind of crazy over the top wrestling event. You know, even more over the top than regular wrestling events, if that's possible. And of course, the drama, the whole thing, the thing with Wendy. There was so many over the top. The whole thing where Wendy got knocked out, her and the cat got knocked out, and then that little creature went and had its face, you know, looked like Wendy with X's, and it fell over. Hilarious. I mean, absolutely hilarious, over the top. Just absolutely loved it. And then the whole thing about Master Mavis, the first guild master of Fairy Tale, just showing up because she got bored, even though she's dead. This is Fairy Tale. It's just fun. And the whole thing about, and then they have a Team A and a Team B, all this over the top. And then they have a Dark Guild, kind of pass themselves off. And of course, it's Ivan, who is the son of the current guild master and Fairy Tale. You know, the whole, and then Laxus, the grandson, who's actually kind of working his way back in to be a decent person, it seems like. I mean, just soap opera, comedy, action, wrestling. It's hilarious. This is funny. This is like a comedic break. I just look at this like just like a comedy. It's not a drama. It's a comedy. It's a spoof. It's just flat out fun. And then there's kind of a comment I'm going to go to, and when they talk to the Guildmaster Mavis, the first one, who's dead, and she's there, and and basically what happens is the logic of having a Idolus Jalile there in place of Mystigon, even though he's not actually a guild member, but you know the whole logic of it, and she's convinced, he was actually in place of one of the 10 saints and mage saints. So it's like, even if the logic is twisted, you know, she's for it. And then they're like, that's our guild in a nutshell. That's Fairy Tale. It doesn't matter how twisted, how ridiculous it is. If it's entertaining, right? If it adds any value to entertainment, it's going to happen. It's Fairy Tale. It's fun. It's a point, you know, and I wish that I'm going to speak a little bit to, well, there's a few different things. There's stuff about who's the protagonist, and it starts off as Lucy. I'm just going to speak generally, a little bit, since there's really not a whole lot in this one, and but it's not really Lucy, and then you think, well, it's definitely not Sue, and it's kind of him, but not really, and it seems to be Urza. It seems to be that she seems really to be the main character. And not to say that it can't switch up, but she seems to be the main character. And she also seems to be, and I realize it's a comedy and the whole thing, but she also seems to be the only one with any remote sense of responsibility, out of the main group. I mean, it's not Lucy, and it's definitely not Natsu. So, but anyway, just a few other things there, and I wish that Hiro would have started the entire series better. With Naruto, it starts off, you really feel bad for Naruto, and you really grab onto who he is, and with us, it isn't really until, in my opinion, until Urza comes along, and you start to really kind of sympathize with her, and then see her strength in there, which is, for female characters, I think she's just amazing for being strong, and actually being portrayed for being strong and still a female character. I think she's an incredible character, even though this is in the middle of a comedy. But anyway, I don't want to go on too long about this. But it was a lot of fun. It was a setup chapter. The next one, the whole thing about Hidden, I can already, it wasn't my favorite game out of the whole. It was probably my, getting ahead in the manga, I don't want to say too much, it's probably my least favorite game, but it was okay. We'll see how the anime portrays it. It should be fun. But anyway, it's fun. That's what Fairy Tale is, and I wish, and if more people understood that, I think that there would be a lot more Fairy Tale fans. Although there are a lot of Fairy Tale fans, actually. Alright, a thumbs up would be awesome. Really would appreciate it. Also, you can always subscribe. You can always unsubscribe. You can do anything that you want to. Until next time, take care.